All right, and welcome to Knox Makers Show and Share. Who is here for the first time? Anybody? Wow, welcome. It's great to have you here. Tuesday nights are Knox Makers night, what we call Show and Share. It's a chance for people to show off what they've been working on, what they're stuck on, what they want to just show off, or what they failed at. We welcome all types of projects. And we have just a couple of names on the list tonight, short show, but we have a special presentation afterwards that I'll talk about in a little while. So why don't we kick it off with our first show tonight, which is Joe, who's going to talk about some NFC chips.
Hello. Well, I like to tinker with things. That's one of the problems with ADHD. You got to try something new all the time. So I'm in the process of designing a website for my business, but something I got that I'm playing with, and the website for here was a good one just for testing on, is I've been playing with these little things here, NFC chips. And that bracelet's also NFC chip. Most of your smartphones today can read these chips, and so I was playing around with some. I had some old plastic cards, same size of a business card, credit card. Took some veneer and glued up to it, and I will split this. But I used the logo for here, and inside this card is a little chip like that. And there's different versions of that chip. This one's what they call a 213 chip. They make a 215 and 217. I think they make another. The big difference is how much data you can write to the chip. And there's an app you can put on your phone for writing to the chips. Anyway, in that card, I put one of these chips. And one of the nice things you can do with them, and it's kind of a digital business card type thing. I've seen companies sell the cards, but it was cheaper for me to get cards and do them myself. Here's the, let me zoom this up a little bit, see if it'll flip for me. I'm going to rotate, there we go. That's my actual business card, and then this is one I'm working on lasering on some wood, just like this one, but I've got to play around with the power of the laser on because it's too dark to read over here. But you can take these chips and these cards and let me close that and run your card over the phone, and it'll take you to a website, whatever you program in the card. And there's I see a lot of things being done with this. I've seen some businesses where you'll see what looks like a little battery on the wall. It's at doorways and stuff like that. It's basically like for a guard tour point where they can go in, touch a device to it, read it. It tells what time they were at that particular location in the building and stuff. So, but my cards, I found a source for cards that are in all different types of veneers. I had some stacks of different types of veneers, so I just glued these up and just playing with them. So, try to learn how. This bracelet does the same thing right now. It's just programmed to go to my website. Having to learn WordPress, and it's not being as user-friendly as they say it is. So, but anyway, but that's what I've got. So, yes.
NFC stands for
Near Field Communications. Yeah, you should be able to touch, to another phone that uses it, or like pay for something at the store. Yes.
What's the difference between the NFC and QR codes? Why do you choose?
The QR codes, you use your camera to read it and stuff. Sometimes I've had trouble reading QR codes on things with my phone. It was like a few weeks ago, I was downtown and this crazy parking lot. You have to click on this, take this picture of this QR code and then pay for your parking. Only problem is the sign's here with the QR code on it. The sun's here. Right. So you can't get a picture of it. So, and you're looking right at the sun if you try to do it. So, but yeah, I just, like I said, I like to tinker with things. I do into astronomy, into radios, woodworking. I've got my laser engravers, and one of the fun things with that, one of my lasers sits in my office window, and I've been doing Christmas ornaments the last few years for a friend of my wife's that has a Christmas tree farm. So I'm lasering stuff at night. I'm sitting in my office. I look out the window, and sitting on the ledge outside the window is one of the feral cats, and he's sitting there going. And he must have sat there for 15 or 20 minutes. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But one of my cats, he likes to get on my laser. Fortunately, he hasn't done it while I've been running, or he may end up with a tattoo that he doesn't want. So anyway, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm used to, back in 90s and early 2000s, I worked for an internet service provider, and I used a program called NetObjects Fusion. But now, with it's supposed to be, WordPress is supposed to be what everybody's going to. And I've been trying to play with Elementor, and it's not liking me. It's come about saying something about PHP not running or something like that. So. But unfortunately, the company I'm using for hosting, I've used them since 2013. They have no phone numbers to call. You have to do everything through chat, and I hate chat. Yeah. Yeah. I know my wife and 3 of her friends had started a sewing school, and they were going through GoDaddy to get their domain set up and their website design and stuff, and they've run into all kinds of issues with their taking online payments and getting them released to them. So, yeah, they've had to all enter their data in about half a dozen times each to get everything squared away.
All right, coming up next, Sue is going to talk about a blue box.
As many of you know by my badge, I'm the treasurer here, and we do accept cash. There's a blue box by where you sign the intent to join forms, and most members know where the blue box is. You can put cash in an envelope and put it in the blue box. But there's nothing worse than having money in the blue box and nobody telling me what it's for. And I've complained about this before, and so someone, I don't know who, has decided to put money in the box, but not tell me what it's for. So we have 2 sites. It's really quite good. I don't know who the perpetrator is, but they decided that they wanted to raise the stakes. And I think you all know that we're trying to start a fundraiser so we can buy a building. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. And I think we had somebody pledge $1 million. I don't know who they are. Please come forward. You did not sign the front or the back, but your donation would be greatly appreciated. So thank you.
Did anyone have anything else they wanted to show that didn't get on the list? No? All right. Well, we've got something coming up right after this and a few announcements. Coming up here just after, we're going to break for about maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to have a special sort of extended share where Sue, who you just saw, is going to talk about a Christmas in July, a Christmas decoration 5 years in the making, apparently, about hand embroidering and adding electronics to a fiber project. So if you are interested in learning about that, there's a little sort of image of the decoration in question. If you want to learn more about how she made that, stick around. Like I said, we'll break so that people who want to leave can leave. But if you want to hear about that, just stay right here in the classroom. That will commence in just a few minutes. Other events coming up this Sunday. It was just added to the calendar, so it didn't make it up onto this morning's events alert, but there is a Blacksmithing 101 class happening this Sunday at 10 a.m. And so if you want tickets to that, you can go and grab those. So that's this Sunday at 10. We have other classes include some electronics classes. We have an intro to electronics on August 9th at 1 p.m. and a learn to solder, build a buzzy bug, and that is also on the 9th at 3 p.m. Tickets available still for those. A few other classes that don't have tickets, so sad, sorry. But then there's also in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tonight, there will be a new members onboarding. So if you are a prospective member or a new member or just want to learn more about Knox Makers, that is a chance for us to tell you about who we are and what we do as an organization and how you can go about becoming a member. But an exciting event that's happening in 1 week from tonight is the Knox Makers birthday party. Woo! Happy birthday, 14 years, that's right. So next week there will be no show and share. It will just be our birthday party. So we're going to have pizza. We're inviting people to bring a cake. And we're having a party hat contest. Yes, a party hat contest. The rules are make a hat and you wear it for the entire party. And this will be at the, and if you want to see some of the awards that will be available for the party hat contest, we have most best of the day, widest hat. We have most best hat of the day, widest hat, tallest hat, and heaviest hat. And so those are the 4 awards that will be given at next week's party hat contest. But the rule is you must wear the hat for the entire party. So if you want to make a hat out of stone, you better have some good infrastructure built into that, or else you will be very sore by the end of the party. But yeah, there's no contest associated with the cake. We're just encouraging people to bring cake, and so we can all eat lots of pizza and cake and make ourselves a little sick, but have a lot of fun in the process. So again, no show and share, just party, all play, no work, and so that is next week. Everyone is invited. And yeah, that is the announcements for tonight. So like I said, if you want to stick around for that special presentation later on with Sue, stick around here for just a few more minutes. And thank you all for coming out tonight.